A shadow stirs on the mountain high. Whispers dance where the eagles fly. The earth it hums, a warning cry. The world awaits the break of dawn.
Stealing hand, hearts ignite, echoes call through endless night. Rise up, the dawn is near. The call of legends loud and clear. Through fire and frost,
Take out the fluff. Oh, which one did I want to do?
So, where we last left off, the team, after beginning the process of meeting up with each other at the Laughing Lamia Inn, and learning a little bit about Lyra's intent to do some excavation at the Scar up in the Cloudtop district, and with the information that a good friend of Lamia is missing, and the team's discovery of his hauberk, his armor, in the promenade, and realizing that he had been taken captive. Discovering his location down in the docks, they were able to not only break into the warehouse and avoid interactions with Padwan, but were able to not only free the dwarf, but they seem to have made an ally in the process as well. The team then helped the dwarf back towards the Laughing Lamia Inn, where they were greeted with the gratitude of Lamia herself, and the dwarf offering up his services in case the team was ever in need of a dwarven cleric through their upcoming adventures. Then delivering some information as well as some inquiries to the dragonborn patron of Lyra, individual that goes by the name of Dravorak. We learned a few things. We were also given a lantern of reveal with the idea that eventually the team will begin their excavation work up in the Scar, and they begin to learn a little bit more about Professor Dorn. It would seem that a skill or a new acquired ability by Eldera, whether or not she shares the entirety of that skill, but she was greeted with a vision of an elder Dorn and what could only be described as a younger Dorn, maybe a son of sorts, in this vision that took place near the edges of the location of the Scar. Although it felt like maybe it was something that happened quite a long time ago, maybe not so recent. We are also at Dravorak's estate at the Gilded Scale, the tower that he resides in, and we now know that he is very much intertwined with the Council of Tal'Dorei, who is now responsible for the restoration of the city, as well as the grandiose amount of wealth that the Gilded Scale is on display at this tower as well. But the team had taken a long rest at the estate house on the grounds. This is where Bludgeon, before settling into his long rest, had gone out for a walk in the garden and came across Dravorak in the midst of some kind of ceremony or ritual in the gardens. Here, a conversation between the two of them took place and garnered interesting information as well. But where we last left off, you guys had just finished up a long rest, so you can click long rest on your character sheet. Should restore everything back to normal. And you're now awoke to the morning smell of people moving about the small estate, the smell of breakfast, as a small contingent of caretakers has arrived with wooden carts and other items of breakfast to set up within the common space of the estate. It is now early morning. You guys are all gathered for breakfast. What would you guys like to do?
Eat.
Eat and look for the
Ooh.
dwarf.
Oh,
Eat sounds
yes.
like a good plan.
For anyone that partakes in the meal, you have 4 temporary hit points for the day.
You said
Awesome.
6.
Was it 4 or 6?
I wrote down 6.
I think that was for a different reason. I think this is for
Nope.
breakfast.
If we stay for breakfast in the morning, we get 6 temp hit points.
That's at the Lamia Inn.
No, it was at the guest tower. The guest tower guest house.
Oh, because we hadn't taken the long rest yet, so I don't know how that would come
No.
about.
But you told us that if we...
No, I roll a d6.
Okay.
When you consume the breakfast, I
Okay.
roll a d6, and I rolled a 4.
Okay.
All right. 4 hit points. Got it.
You guys are gathered around the kind of like breakfast area. What's the first task? What would you like to try to accomplish today?
I believe we were supposed to link up with a dwarf for healing.
Yeah, I believe he was going to come here.
Yeah, he's gonna. Had
Dravorak
Dravorak
sent
was
a
going to.
message to the Lamia Inn, and Dravorak was supposed to meet us here.
There, we got the D's sorted out.
Ariax.
You guys hear a familiar dwarven voice outside the front of the estate. And as you're just in the midst of talking about figuring out when he was going to get here, the door opens and in comes the dwarf, kind of knee deep with kind of mud and dirt on his armor, setting his pack and weapon down on a nearby chair. Hey, breakfast! Excellent! Perfect timing. Nothing like second breakfast in the morning. Learned that from a halfling friend of mine. And he kind of like takes a chair, sits like right in front of one of the carts, and begins to shovel food into his mouth.
Well, if we play our cards right, then this might be the last meal that we have for a while before we head out.
Before we
The
adventure
unknown.
on.
Into the unknown.
So, where are we going?
We are going into it's the Scar, right? We're going into the center of the Scar.
Oh, you daft buggers. What do you be going up there for? That's
We're-
cordoned off. No one's allowed there unless you're given special dispensation to go in there.
I have special dispensation, and we are going to test a theory for
Test theory. How does one test a theory on a barren wasteland of nothing?
Professor Dorn. We're going to go test a theory of Professor Dorn's. And he has told us how to test the theory, and we are going to go and test it.
Oh, I see.
And we might enter into a whole new world.
Now, why would you want to do that? Is there something wrong with this one?
Oh, we'll come back. We just
Are you sure that we'll be coming back, huh?
well,
That
yeah,
is the
will.
plan.
Lamia would definitely appreciate it, considering I just got back from being kidnapped by the clasp. So, by the way, she is still very grateful, and she'd appreciate it if I returned all in one piece. If I'm missing the occasional piece, I understand. That is the nature, the risk of the business.
We would like you to return all in one piece, too.
You
Us
got
as
like
well.
he kind of like puts his hand through his hair and strokes at his beard. You realize that his big old pinky finger is missing.
Got 9 more, probably.
Well, I don't know
ahead.
about having 9 more pinkies, but I've got 9 more fingers.
And how did you manage that?
Oh, a bit of a disagreement with a gaggle of goblins. Nothing really to worry about. They're a bit bitey.
Goblins are a bit bitey, yes.
Darius, have you
especially
ever
these-
heard?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of a space beyond the scar?
A space beyond the scar? What I imagine is whatever's underneath it, caves and holes and dirt. Wouldn't that be a space behind the scar? I mean, it's just barren wasteland in there. I don't really understand why so many mages and others have found that place to be so interesting. Nothing grows there, nothing lives there. What's the point?
Would you like to
Because
wager a bet?
Wager a bet? Oh, what are we wagering? What are we betting on?
I would say 5 gold. We enter to a different realm.
And I bet you're gonna find a hole in the ground with bones in it.
Fair bet. I pay
Fair
5
bet.
gold. If it's
He
just
hawks a big
I'll
dwarven,
hold-
he hawks a big dwarven loogie in his hand and holds out his hand towards you.
That's so gross. I don't think that's sanitary.
I'm gonna match that energy.
I'll hold the gold for you
You watch
guys.
yourself, Derek. Hacks a big old loogie in her hand.
Oh, but the way that I do it is just
and they shake hands, and their hands are all squelchy. He just wipes it off on his leg. They're good. It's always good to be 5 gold richer before you start the day.
well, we'll see.
Oh no, we'll see. We'll see. All this fancy talk about magic spaces and magic places. Silliness.
We will see. We got all out of character. We got all of the supplies that we needed for this yesterday, right?
Yeah, at the promenade. Yeah,
At the promenade.
Well,
Okay.
how many rations did we get? Like,
I think like 2 weeks worth.
I have.
oh yeah, rations. I have 10.
I have 10, but that'll probably last me 20 days.
2 weeks per person.
I'm a halfling. So
like,
Yeah, you eat
20
more. You eat like a
pounds.
bird. You eat like 10 times a day.
You carry less.
All right.
First, you have first breakfast, second breakfast, third breakfast, early lunch, mid lunch, first dinner, second dinner, third dinner, midnight snack, and then you start it all over again. Just saying.
Yep.
Ooh,
Sounds good.
yeah. But I went ahead and got us some ponies and a cart, if you don't mind, just in case we need it. Figure no reason to walk when you can ride. He kind of guides you guys out towards the front of the estate villa. No sign of no sign of no sign of Davrix anywhere. But he tends to keep a busy schedule. There are 2 small dwarven ponies tethered to a wooden wagon that could easily hold the 4 of you, including any extra equipment that you might want to bring along as well.
Okay, awesome. That would be way better than carrying like 40 pounds worth of rations.
Are we going to
Well,
take
if
the
you-
ponies into the scar? Okay. I am prior to breakfast, I did my ritual cast of Find Familiar.
Okay.
So I have my little monkey.
So you've got your monkey on your shoulder, not
Or
on your
riding
back,
a Shadow pelt.
or riding on Shadow Pelt, your choice.
Mm-hmm. It's got reins on Shadow pelt, and it's like, yeah. I think that'd be adorable. Made a little saddle. I'm gonna make a little saddle for it on Shadow pelt. Get
I feel
Shadow
like
pelt used to.
I feel like Dustling, I always have Dustling with me, but he kind of like moves in and out of the shadows.
Mhm.
Just being like I think of him as an imp, even though he's flavored like looking like a bat type creature. But
Right,
you'd see
right.
him kind of appear in the shadows of Ildira's
You-
like cloak.
And you have the witch's hat, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like I'm kind
sometimes
of picturing it like
I feel like he
dangling,
curls. Yeah. Yeah,
just like
that's
wrapped
weird.
up, all
Right.
wrapped up, and dangling from the brim of your hat.
Hanging around.
If you
Uh-huh.
look closely enough,
I'm
you'll
taking a
like
nap.
his eyes will open and look at you. And it's a little unsettling for those who don't realize that He's with me.
They don't look like bad eyes. They look
Yeah.
like imp eyes.
Very like, purple.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right.
Guys, load up into the back of the cart. Derek's kind of getting up into the small bench seat of the cart and kind of giving out the bridle whip into the back of the ponies. You feel the cart kind of lurch forward as it is now taking you through the busy streets. Let's see, where are you guys? You guys are currently at the Towered Estate, which means you are on. Why does it not give me a zoom in? You guys are currently in the Central District, the edge of the Central District, making your way up towards the Cloudtop District. During the journey towards the Cloudtop, everybody give me perception rolls, if you would, please.
10 total.
Nice.
That'll be a 3.
Plus 2, that's a 5.
Very perceptive group. I will
Very.
roll for the dwarf. That'll be a dirty 20 for him.
Again,
Nice.
natty 20. 24.
Oh, 24. Nice. Lyra is surprisingly perceptive, considering all the distractions around her.
It's the monkey.
Definitely the monkey. It's gone from being on your shoulder to being on your back. The journey through the Central District is a journey through small markets, small craftsman-style artisans, and kind of like light industry cottage workings of people either making furniture or offering up food and other oddities. Coursing by a small ceramic shop where they're all out front making the ceramics or pottery. This is also a combination of administrative housing and kind of middle class and working class housing kind of spot certain areas. This is also the area that you met up with the captain that Lyra was rather suspicious of. Captain Manzin, I believe, is the individual that you had the chat with. As there's a sizable garrison that is located here. The Cloudtop District gate is maybe about an hour's journey by cart to make your way up towards the top of the district, and eventually you find yourselves at the gated entrance, and there's a queue of maybe about 36 people waiting to get in. 10 minutes later, you watch as Lyra kind of gets off the wagon. Lyra, one of the guards, is looking kind of annoyed and looks down at you. Yes, what is your business in the Cloudtop today, please?
We are running some tests.
By whose authority and what writ do you have available for me to proof this authority?
I show him my writ, and I, Davorik's.
Ah, Master Davorix has sent you. Of course. We shall make everything available to you, of course. Please be aware that there are only 2 cordoned off sections upon which you can stage your equipment. There are other people up there working as well, so be mindful of what they're doing. Any of the cordoned off areas that are currently empty, you are free to take control of. We also offer a tinkerer's bench, as well as a small outdoor smithy shop and workshop if you require any repair of tools or equipment. And also be aware that there are watch on guard as well to make sure that you are not bothered or disturbed, as well as to make sure that you are not doing anything considered to be too dangerous or not allowed, considering the writ and the instructions that was given out. If you need anything, my name is Captain Graven. I'm here in case you need anything whatsoever. My sergeants and corporals are in charge of the watches patrols, as well as the Crown's Watch. So please, if you need anything, reach out, of course. Let him in. Open the gates. The gate swings open. Lyre climbs back up into the wagon. The dwarf snaps the reins. The wheels creak as you guys now move into the Cloudtop District. By far the most dominant structure in the Cloudtop District are probably two specific things. The old castle that was destroyed during the war with the Clovis Conclave, and the new castle that is being built. But what is fascinating about the new castle that's being built is that it's being built on an old stone superstructure that has been converted with the magic of broomstone, and now allows this kind of floating superstructure to hover above the old castle. And on the surface of this new foundation, the beginnings of yet another castle that are being built, with the anticipation when it's complete, this particular castle will be called the Floating Citadel of Emon, and will be able to float roughly 200 feet above the Cloudtop District. The idea of building this is so that in case there's ever another threat or possibly another incursion, that the castle can defend itself by floating and maneuvering away, and therefore not bringing harm to the remaining portions of the city that it once resided in. It was believed that during council and conference, that the idea of engineering something to protect the city, as well as making it difficult for any future invasion, was the priority of this new construction. Unfortunately, it has required a great deal amount of broomstone throughout the region, and currently the only purveyors of such magic are Whitestone, through their generous harvesting of residuum, as well as the engineers school there, who is currently in the process of converting residuum into broomstone as a means to produce enough to allow this citadel to eventually come into existence and at some point be able to float above the Cloudtop District and provide a measure of safety. So for you guys, it's like watching an unending amount of scaffolding hanging out and around the entire area. It's also busy with construction workers and people moving about, doing their day's work that's intended. It's not until you get a little bit further past where all the citadel and castle activity is that now you're in the Cloudtop District estates, a much more refined area, a much more you could tell that people of wealth live here. Those that run the city, that run the council, that kind of run the guilds and are involved in the day-to-day activity of restoring Emon to its once former glory, or even take it beyond its former glory. And here you can see the influences of the arcane. You can see a new arcane school that has been built. It's called the Crystal Shack, this great towering kind of edifice that once used to be a wing off of the old castle. And it gets its name because rumor has it that after the fight, after the invasion of the Clovis Conclave, that the only thing left standing was a shack of glass crystal. And at the base of this newer library, you can see this old shack. It is roped off with a bit of a monument of individuals that are being celebrated near it. This monument represents a group called Vox Machina, and you can see their statues kind of in different dedicated poses. This is said to be where they made the great stand in the destruction of the dragons that had destroyed this part of Emon, the entire Cloudtop District itself. So most of the estates are newer or still in the midst of construction. Lyra, with that perception check that you rolled, you can't help but notice a mysterious looking figure is doing their best to follow you, the others, and the wagon. From time to time, when the wagon has to stop for people passing in front of it, the person following the wagon, about 40 feet off to your left, using both crowds and crates for cover, seems to have taken an interest.
Did they made it into the Cloudtop as well through past the guard?
No, you just noticed it while you're in the Cloudtop.
Okay.
So clearly they were already here from what you could tell.
From what I can tell. Okay. I am going to quietly mention that to the group and subtly indicate the person.
You think
Subtly?
we're being followed? Who'd have the balls to do that up here? And
Well,
why? Why
apparently
would they
that
care?
person. I don't know why they'd care. I don't know if we're worth following. I mean, kind of exciting. We're worth following.
Dariax kind of looks over his shoulder and subtly stares off in the direction.
Aye, I see him. Tall, 6 feet, wearing all leathers, cloak bound around his body,
His cloak pulled over his face.
It's not exactly cold today, but you'd think that's someone that doesn't want to be seen.
Or they have a cold.
Well, yeah, I suppose. It's a strange thing to mention, but okay. Question is,
Well-
what do we do?
We keep an eye on them.
Well, I don't want to make trouble by confronting them.
Aye, fair enough.
Snaps the reins, and you guys now begin the long kind of back and forth road that's going to take you up towards the abandoned scar. And already
Okay.
you can see the telltale signs. Lyra, give me a fresh perception check as you glance. Now there's less places to hide. And
They're still following.
yeah, see if they're still following.
22.
22. As far as you can tell, they are no longer following you. You see no sign of them. Here you're beginning to see
Well,
the
they-
rotted remains of trees, shrubs that are withering and dying, the signs of the kind of the necrotic kind of vibe of the edge of the scar. The road takes you guys all the way up to the top of the scar, and here you can see at least 3 other areas on the very peripheral of what could only be described as a very desolate landscape. It is in the shape of a perfectly made impact crater that over time and with the weathering since Thordaks' demise has created a kind of sunken in centered depression with jagged and broken rocks kind of making up little parts of the crater as well. You can see at least 4 other wagons here, although they're much more fancy and they're all waving kind of banners of identification. These are from the different schools of
Man.
study within.
Should have made a banner.
No, I don't think we should be pointing ourselves out. I prefer to fly just under the clouds, so to speak.
Okay.
Best not to draw attention, no matter who we work for.
Are these wagons along the rim of this crater, or are they down?
They are, yeah. There's little cordoned off sections.
Mhm.
You can
Is
see
there an
at least
open one?
there's about a dozen that are open of various sizes, and they're all on the edge of the crater. But as you kind of get up to the area to where you could kind of pick where you want to set up, you can see that there's rope trails leading down into the very center of the crater itself. But you also notice flags, like these red, yellow, and green flags that have been strategically placed throughout different areas of the crater. All the red flags have a skull and crossbones on them. The yellow flags have like a cautionary hand insignia on them. And the green flags have kind of the sign language equivalent of an OK signature, like on those flags, to tell you that those zones are acceptable without the cordoning off of the ropes. It appears that the rope trails lead you safely through the different levels of the crater. The crater starts about 12 feet in height and gradually descends down to about a negative 30 feet in height. So it's this gradual incline that turns into a gradual decline down into like the center compact, the very center kind of contact of the crater itself. You could hear a couple of those wagons could be tourist wagons, because you could kind of overhear somebody giving a lecture about the crater. You can overhear somebody else talking about the importance of studying the material, soil, and other things of the crater. The final wagon is more of a wagon of artists who are currently painting and making paintings of various kind of styles of the crater. For the most part, the scar has been accepted as kind of like a permanent landmark within the Cloudtop district, and people are kind of using it as a means to either earn money or learn about research or other activity.
So are random people just moving around the inside of this crater with ropes?
Give me a perception check on that, Bludgeon.
6 total.
6. Now give me an insight with disadvantage on that. And that means roll it twice, take the lower of 2 rolls.
4.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. They seem to be carrying equipment. There's not a lot of people in the crater itself. There's maybe half a dozen people in the crater at various distances. They seem to be conducting their own kind of work as well. You do see a pretty sizable 10-person patrol of the Emon Watch that are kind of, just doing their, due diligence to make sure that people are following the rules and doing what they're expected to do. Eldera, you don't need to make a perception check for this. You do see Dorn's wagon, but you don't see any sign of any workers. It appears to be, it's a very grand looking Vardo. It's this big long wagon with a kind of very gypsy like finish to it, with a nice kind of caravan attachment to it. It appears to be buttoned up though. It's currently, all the windows are drawn. The stairs are pulled up into the tailgate of the Vardo. There doesn't appear to be any ponies. And it sits inside of its own cordoned off area of maybe about 1,000 square feet of space. There is a small tentage set up, as well as some work tables that appear to have the bare remnants of tools and items on it. Other than that, it looks a lot like what you saw in your vision, although this feels like the vision felt older, and this feels like this has not been used for a while.
Interesting. Did we know that Dorn was going to be here? This looks like it's been here for... This is puzzling.
There are a dozen empty spaces, some to the left, some in the middle, and some to the right. Where would you guys like to set up?
Do we take
I was on mute.
Dorn?
Does Dorn's Vardo look abandoned?
It just looks like doesn't look abandoned, just looks like it hasn't been used for a while.
Layer of dust?
I mean, you could certainly try to get closer and make an investigation check.
I don't want to be obvious about it, though.
Give me an insight check then.
Oy. 11.
You rolled oi? Is that
I
a...
rolled. Oy. And 11.
Without specifically like being able to look at things closer, it's maybe been here for maybe about a month.
We could set up shop there because we are on a mission for Professor Dorn. No?
That might be suspicious.
Okay.
Because my writ doesn't say I'm here for Professor Dorn. My writ says I'm here for Dariax. Or Dravoraks. So, if we do that,
Good point.
no. So,
It's like the setup is it a wagon? Is it a tent? Like, how do we know it's his? It's just like under his banner, or...
Hey, you recognize it from the vision. That's how you know what it is, Eldera.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, you recognize it from the vision. Whether or not you share that with anybody is up to you.
Yeah. No. I would recognize that. I would tell everyone. I recognize this from the vision when I...
Is it the same setup?
Yeah,
Like,
same
There's
setup.
no variations, or...
Nope, no variations. Same setup. It just looks like it hasn't been used for at least a month.
Huh.
Hold on. I want to take a look closer into this. There's something that Dorn isn't telling us.
Of
I
course
feel
there's
like
something Dorn isn't telling us.
we ought to know as much as we can before we just sink our heads into something that we don't understand.
Okay.
But while you lot figure this out, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the wagon. What do you say
Yeah.
we take one of those spaces off to the right? I don't think it really matters much.
I'll come with you. And
Aye.
when I go with them,
One that has like the closest. Sorry, go on, Neil.
Yeah, I think she's getting a delay, so she probably didn't pick you up. You were talking. Go ahead, Neil.
I will also keep a lookout as we move the carts over there to see if anybody has then snuck up again on us.
Very good. Bludgeon, give me a survival check for this one, as you're keeping a very specific lookout for something out of the ordinary.
Here we go. 17 total.
17. So far, no sign, and you get the feeling it'd be very hard for someone to sneak up here. The landscape is quite barren. There's enough of a patrol to kind of keep a good eye out for things. You also notice like personal guards on some of the wagons as they take the kind of personal safety as well.
Mhm.
So you and Dariax take the wagon and the ponies, find one of the cordoned off areas and begin to set up. Dariax is going to do most of the work while you keep an eye out just in case.
I'm on guard duty.
All right. Eldira and Lyra, what are you two doing at this point to try to figure out what's going on?
I want to just kind of take a look around and see if there's anything left over. Anything that would indicate the sun being there. When I like on the onset, like what does this look like? What is it what kind of shape is it in?
It's in good shape. It just looks to be like it was purposely closed up because it wasn't being used. The tables with tools on the tables look in decent shape. The exterior tent is kind of like a big kind of medieval style canvas tent. You could see that there's furniture and other things inside the tent. The tent flaps are closed, but there's enough of a breeze and wind that you could kind of see inside. The Vardo's definitely fancy. It would make sense that an engineering professional like Professor Dorn would be in possession of such a Vardo. And the two banners that you see, one banner is the indication of the Whitestone Academy, as well as the Whitestone royalty, the Whitestone Derolo emblem on it as well. And it's taking up one of the bigger cordoned off areas. Like most of the cordoned off areas are only roughly like 250 or 500 square feet. This one's taking up 1,000 square feet. Give me investigation as you try to look closely at the perimeter and immediate area that the Vardo is currently in.
Come on, real good. All right. With my investigation, that will be a 9.
Nice.
Warming up the dice. It went from a 5 to 9.
They're warming up to you.
Get that get those bad rolls out while you can.
All right.
Yeah. Roll them now. Roll the bad ones now. We want the good ones later.
The one thing that definitely sticks out in your mind as you stare at this is that there are numerous footprints around the perimeter of the cordoned off area. So there's been a lot of activity here. You just can't tell how recent it is. It's hard to tell for sure. It's also very clean and well kept, which tells you that someone's been coming out here and keeping it clean and well kept. So there's clearly caretakers assigned to keep it in good shape.
So this is an area that you don't go to. It's meaning cordoned off, or is this the professor's wagon area?
It's similar to the cordoned off area that the dwarf is currently setting up in. It's just a larger space.
The professors.
Yeah,
I'll,
the professors just feels like a larger space.
All right.
I'll kind of like almost pet the brim of my hat as
Oh, that's a pretty
Duskling's
Vardo.
like little neck will kind of come out of it and be like, Duskling, be a dear. See if you might find anything. And, like, scamper
Okay,
into,
but if
like,
I
one of the
find
bars.
anything, do I get to keep it?
Depends.
What do you mean? It depends. I mean, usually
I'm not there. Prr, prr.
I risk everything to go into these places. I'll get squished. I go back to where I came from. I gotta wait for you to call me back. I just want to nibble at something, a little bit of eating of something. That's all.
Whatever you find that's interesting to you, keep it. But what would be interesting to us, please bring it back.
Okay.
And he kind of like turns into a smaller form of himself. And it's almost like watching a small moth that looks like a bat kind of zigzagging through the air and disappearing into the crooks and crevices of the Vardo. Are you going to attempt to warg into him? Are you able
Yeah.
to do that?
I don't think I'm able to do that.
Yes, that's
I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah, it's a
gonna depend on
magey
what
thing.
he.
Does he have a stat
finds.
block? Does he have a stat block?
It's just the find familiar. It would be an imp.
An
stat.
imp? Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. If he doesn't
Wait,
have a
even in the find
perception,
familiar, you can, as a bonus action, you can see through the familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses it has.
Telepathic
Yeah, let's go.
connection.
Mhm.
As long as it's within 100 feet of me.
yeah, I'd say it's within 100 feet of you.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to see what he sees.
Yeah, so give me your perception check then, if you would. I'll say you can have advantage because it is a find familiar magic that's being used. So the familiar is a magical creature.
I'm using different dice, and that is going to be. We're getting incrementally better. That's gonna be a 15.
That's better than a 9.
I know it's better than 9. I'm just like incrementally stepping it up.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
As
Next
the
up is a 20.
small familiar crawls its way through the crooks and crags of the entranceway and through the cracks in the floorboards, it finds itself inside of a completely empty Vardo. There's nothing inside, no equipment, no bed, no furniture, no nothing. But on the inside of the Vardo, you do recognize a magical emblem on the floor, and it's the magical emblem for Magic Mansion.
Oh, nice.
So you
Let's
get the
steal the
feeling that
Vardo.
this Vardo has the magical ability of Magic Mansion, which is probably why that everything here is not why everything here is so simple and bare, because clearly whatever he relies on is probably the invocation of that separate dimensional existence of the Magic Mansion.
Let's steal the Vardo.
Are we able to access? Would I know if we're able to access it if we're not? We don't have-
You technically don't have the invocation
Yeah.
for it. So yeah, you wouldn't even be able to know how to activate it at this point. And it's possibly you get the feeling that the way the arcane sigil is written out on the floor, it's part of a spell ability. So you get the feeling that the wagon's the material component, and that Doran would know the spell Magic Mansion.
Yes. Well,
Oh my
it's
god,
no
he has
use
to teach it
us.
to me. I want to know. I want Magic Mansion so bad.
But it looks like we won't learn anything from this.
No. I'm not there.
Well, technically you are,
You're not
because
standing with me?
yeah, you're standing alongside.
Yes, but I'm
her.
not warged. I'm not warged into
No, but
Dustling's
she
eyes.
she
so.
can. The only thing she could do is
Talk to me?
speak. So
Okay.
yeah, she can speak. She just can't see or hear currently.
Right. So I can talk to you, and I'm just talking to nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she can't hear you.
Once I
So it's
see
probably
that there's
good that you
nothing
can't
else
hear
to
me?
see. Once I see that there's nothing else to see,
Feel
I'll,
it.
I'll come back too and I'll say, yes, I don't think there's anything that is worth searching for in this place.
No,
Kept
it's
it very
inaccessible.
well. Yes. Anything that they had was probably kept in the mansion itself.
Oh, but okay, it's got to be a variation of Magic Mansion because doesn't the Magic Mansion kick everything out when the magic ends?
Only
it
if it's
not?
dispelled.
Okay.
Yep. Only if
Okay.
it's dispelled.
I gotta.
I'll wait until Duskling gets back, or I'll kind of mention, all right, Duskling.
Yeah, he'll
Oh,
eventually kind of flitter over and end up, back in his normal state and back on your shoulders.
Not much in there, mostly empty.
Ah, 'tis unfortunate. But we'll find something of interest, I'm sure, soon. And I'll like scratch under his chin.
Oh, yeah. His little leg starts going up and down.
Oh, I want that spell. Anyways, I'm gonna go help set up our camp and get stuff ready for going down to the center.
As the two of you head back over to where a Bludgeon and Dariax are currently. Bludgeon's on guard duty. He's keeping an eye out, kind of looking down towards the road that leads up here. He's keeping an eye on the other camps and wagons and sees the two of you eventually approach. Dariax has the wagon set up, a small tent set up as well. A couple of wooden tables that are just empty barrels with planks of wood kind of across them to give you places to work on, places for your journals or other equipment that you might want to set out. Bludgeon, since you've been on watch, give me another perception check, if you would, please.
Here we go. 5. I'm just not paying attention.
Well, you don't see anything too nefarious, or as far as you can tell, nothing sneaking up or still taking an interest in the four of you. You do see a gravel path that leads to a smithy, and you also see a gravel path that leads to one of the workshops that the captain had mentioned. Did I use Captain Draven? I did, right? I used Captain Draven. Is that the name I gave you guys?
Grave. I heard.
Graven.
Graven.
Nope. Yeah, it was
Graven.
Graven. Captain Graven.
Yeah.
Thank you. Want to make sure I checked off the right box.
Yes,
So
you
yeah,
always
you-
want
you
to
s-
make sure you're in the right box.
Thank you. That was lovely. But yeah, so Bludgeon, you see the different pathways that lead to the two workshops that the captain had described. You can see that somebody is currently working over at the blacksmithy. It looks like to be a gnomish individual that's currently doing repair work and miscellaneous kind of like armament work and stuff. There's a couple people patiently waiting for him to do the work. You watch as a kind of resplendent looking blue dragonborn comes out of the workshop tent area and is kind of like carrying something on their shoulder towards some wagons off to the right that they seem to be working from. This appears to be the two places that people can use for whatever purpose they need them for.
I'll take a walk over to the smithy.
Okay.
And I'll bring my crossbow.
Okay. As you take that short walk down the gravel path to the smithy, you can see this female gnome, maybe about 2.5 feet tall, but she's pretty sturdy, strong arms, that deep kind of suntanned skin of someone that works outside a lot. Her hair is shaved on the side, pulled back in a ponytail that goes about halfway down her back. And it's currently tied into the leather apron to keep it away from the flame. And she's just pulling out a piece of metal from being quenched in a bucket. And she sets it down on the anvil and she sees your shadow kind of cast over where she's working.
Well, hello. Is there something I can do for you?
Perhaps I have a newer crossbow. I would like to know if you knew anything about this.
Oh, let me get a look at it. She grabs it from your hands and tosses it up in her, and kind of like flips it around like Clint Eastwood style, giving it a lot of finger work and kind of deft, kind of handiwork with it. I mean, it doesn't even weigh anything to her. This is light. Well done. It's well made. I've not seen its craftsmanship before, but I think I've seen the like of it. You see these markings and grooves here, and the metalwork that was used. This crossbow has a bit of magic associated to it.
Do you have any idea what it could possibly be? Is it more accurate? I mean, it's lighter already. It's faster shooting.
Well, it already seems to reload with very little effort. You see here the trigger mechanism here in the handle, and what they've done here is they've kind of made it so that the spring loads it back and pulls the wire back for you. But up here, you see this metal button up underneath the front, and she shows you this little metal button like up underneath the trigger assembly. And she presses it, and you watch as a slide opens, and then a kind of like a metal spring box kind of drops out. You can put 3 bolts in at once, so that as a bonus action, you can take an extra shot with it.
Excellent. Well, thank you.
Now as a bonus action with your extra shot that you can take, you do get the bonus of your accuracy, but you don't get the bonus of your damage.
Got it.
Whoever engineered this, they knew what they were doing. It's well done. Well done.
Well, thank you very much. I give her a gold piece.
She grabs it. Just thank you. Good to see you. If you ever need anything, Helga's here to do any work that you need done.
Will do. And by the way, do you know our Professor Dorn?
Hey, I know Dawn. I know Dawn very well. He hasn't been around for about a month, but his wagon and his area of work is over there. Him and his companion would often come over for small repairs and other things that they might need. Are you familiar with Professor Dawn?
Oh, he's a nice man. We met in a bar, and we chatted about his work.
Oh, yes. Strange to see him out here. I mean, I know he mostly does his work up in the towers and up in the Castile, but to see him out here, it's usually a breath of fresh air. It brings a bit of coin with him too whenever he needs work done. Strange though, his son never seems to talk, and the strangest thing too, his son is almost a spitting image of him, only a lot younger. But never talks, never introduces himself, never really seems to care that much to be social or interactable with anybody. Just seems to stand there quietly waiting and patiently waiting for whatever work needs to be done.
I see. That's interesting. Well, thank you. Tell him his friends are here. If you see
What's your name, lad?
Bludgeon.
Bludgeon. Well met. So if you need any work, you'll find me over here.
And what's your name?
Elga.
Elga.
I could tell you my real gnomish name, but it's very hard to pronounce and kind of useless on the ears of human folk. Better to call me by my shortened name. Short like me.
Elga it is. Thank you very much.
You bet. She kind of goes back to jamming the metal back into the bellows and heating it back up. While Bludgeon was over there doing that, Eldira and Lyra, what are you two doing?
I'd be setting out like the tables, items from the cart, and kind of getting ourselves organized. Maybe, just being prepared.
Okay.
I am looking down the hill and I am trying to map out our best route to the center.
Give me your survival check on that one.
14.
As you look at the different pathways of cordoned off
ways that lead down towards the middle of the crater, you notice that the pathways kind of follow the yellow and green flags, places that have been kind of like safely, for whatever reason, cordoned off. The closer you get to the middle of the crater, the smaller those areas get, and the majority of the middle of the crater, you could see tall red flags kind of that make up about 90% of that area. There is a single cordoned off pathway that takes you all the way to the center, and about 2/3 of the way down that pathway, there is a posted wooden sign giving instructions to people that choose to visit the center of the crater. But you're too far away to read the instructions. You can just see the signage.
Have I been down there before?
No, so far your work has been limited to the edges.
Okay. All right. So we have to go and see what that. So I'm marking where the best way to get to that sign then.
Okay. Following that path. If you don't mind, lass, I'll come with you.
Okay.
Anybody else going with? I'd say Bludgeon, you're back by now from your conversation with the gnome. So,
I'll wait. I'm not going to go without the group.
Okay.
I hate splitting the party.
Yeah, I'll go.
Aldera sets up the table. Dariax sets up, sets up a couple, the second tentage. So there's 2 large tents that can be split between Bludgeon, Dariax, and then Lyra and Aldera can use the other tent. By about mid, like late morning, the beginning of afternoon, the 4 of you are now following the pathway down into the crater. Everyone can give me either survival or investigation on your way towards the center of the crater.
Survival or investigation.
Ooh. We're going back to the low numbers.
Investigation.
Well, I got a 10.
I got a 5.
So we got 10. We got a 5.
15.
15.
What does Dariax get?
He gets a 12.
Well, at least he's
the landscape isn't all that different from the kind of landscape you might see on the fringe of a volcano.
Nice.
There's a lot of ash, black broken rock, a kind of gray dusting of things. At the beginning of the journey, it's kind of mostly dust and ash. But as you continue to follow off the cordoned path, it gets a little bit more craggy and broken and blackened. And this feeling that the closer you get to the center, the worse it gets. Even to the point where about halfway into the crater, you all feel that kind of heavy, kind of like the ash is permanently kind of shifting, and it creates like this 2-foot tall kind of, you'd almost swear it's like a fog, but it's not a fog. It's a kind of just a steady swirl of ash that stays kind of like floating up to 2 feet in the air. And now it's kind of like the breathing's a little bit more difficult. You guys watch as Dariax recognizes this. Not too dissimilar from the mines. Here you go. He hands each of you like a little piece of cloth that has been dipped in water, and he ties it off on his face. And you guys each are free to tie it off on your face. And you notice that they...
very happy about that because I am only a foot above that 2 feet smoke line. So, yes,
but it's barren here. It's desolate. No sign of insects. No sign of any creatures or critters whatsoever. You look up in the sky. Sure enough, nothing flies over it at all. And the closer you get to the center, the worse and worse it gets, until at last you're all close enough to see the center, and you're now standing in front of the sign in various languages, but common being the most expected language on the common being the most common.
Common being the most common.
But it's in the language of Dwendal, and it's in the different languages of the Menagerie Coast and the indigenous languages of the islands and other places across Exandria. And at the top it says, warning. Some people have experienced a sense of falling the closer they get to the center of the crater. Described as a kind of agoraphobic, as well as what's the one where high anxiety? The idea that what's it called when you feel like you're falling when you look down?
Vertigo?
Vertigo, thank you.
Yeah.
A sense of vertigo the closer that you get to the center. Warning, do not take away, add to, or change the environment in any way at the very center of the crater site. Everything has been cataloged and everything has been organized with a specific purpose. Please stick to the trails. Do not deviate from the trails. Red flags indicate possible danger. Yellow flags indicate caution. Green flags indicate no danger. Signed, the Council of Emon.
Now, what we plan on doing, does that count as changing it?
Taking small soil samples is...
We're not taking small soil samples. We are doing the mold earth spell.
Right.
I mean, I would have suppose as long as you don't get caught.
Does
I mean,
that
there's
count
definitely a
as-
conflict in reading a sign and the conversation you had with Dorn. The conversation you had with Dorn was this experimental idea of transcending the center of the crater to see if this spell would open up some kind of gateway or some kind of magical effect. But clearly there's a sign here that tells you don't do it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well. we're
And if
breaking rules.
if he has a freaking Vardo right there, why isn't he doing this bloody spell instead having somebody else do this bloody spell?
The dwarf
mean,
kind of
dang.
crosses his arms. Well, like all educated people in charge, I suppose it's plausible deniability.
I suppose that makes sense. He
It
doesn't
makes
want to
sense.
get caught.
I mean, a master engineer who's responsible for building the defenses of the citadel can't be seen out here mucking about and violating Emon's rules now, can they?
True.
No.
So the
no.
question is, do we try this shenanigan now, or do we wait till dark?
Dark might be better.
Dark might be better.
And are we equipped in case a door does open? I mean, we should be.
That's what we have.
You lot just baffle me that you believe this nonsense. But I'm going to head back to the wagons
Well, I'm
and the
ready to
camp.
make
I
the
will.
gold pieces.
I'm gonna take samples. I'm gonna take samples right here. That way, it looks like we're here for a reason and not coming down, reading the sign, and then turning around and walking away.
But yeah, knock yourself out. I'm going to go prepare the evening's meal while you three deal with this.
Okay. And I take samples like I normally take for Dariax. Or did I say the
For
right?
Dravix?
Davrix.
Davrix.
Yes, I take samples and I mark it, and so like I
well,
normally
the question
do.
is where? Well, yeah, but you've never been in the center of the crater before.
I know, but I take
So the
samples.
question is where? Like currently, you're not in the very center yet. You're still
No.
because the sign is
I know.
2/3 the way in. So
Yeah.
you still have another 120 feet to get to the center.
Right. I'm not getting completely to the center. I'm taking them here, and then and then we'll have the next one is going farther in. But I'm taking the samples, marking down where, and the typical stuff information that I do for Davrix.
Is anybody helping you?
I'll help you.
Oh, help.
Okay. Okay. So this will give you advantage. I'll lower the DC because both of them are helping you. Start with a sleight of hand, Lyra, as you begin to take a nearby sample.
13.
13. Now give me a wisdom check because that's your primary stat, right? Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yes. Like a saving throw or just
Nope,
a
Just a
straight
good
wisdom?
old-fashioned wisdom check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You collect a small sample and you run the normal alchemical tests in the small kit that Deverix had given you. And
Yep.
it tells you the same thing that you knew at the edge of the crater. There's no microbial activity. There's no life. There's no... The tests tell you that what you're standing on and experiencing here is just pure ash. Just
Okay.
vacant basalt ash that is incapable of sustaining any kind of life.
And that's a surface sample. What about doing one that's a little farther down, deeper?
You want to dig deeper?
A little bit.
Okay. How deep are you going?
A foot.
Okay. You start digging a hole and there's no subsequent change in the strata of the soil, which in itself is interesting. There's the more you dig, the more you realize that now that you're in the center of the crater versus the edge, at the edge of the crater, after a few inches of digging, you get to like the barren kind of rock surface below. Here, it's a foot deep of ash. It's pure ash that you're digging through.
Okay. Take another
Give me a
sample.
survival check on that one, if you would, Lara.
11.
11? You get the vibe that this could be many tens of feet thick with ash in the center.
Tens of feet. Oh. I don't think I'm going to be able to dig that down. Dig deep, that deep. Okay. I'll try another foot and just, for shits and for shiggles.
Okay.
Shiggles.
You dig another foot. You're now 2 feet in.
Mhm.
Give me a investigation while you do it.
Oh my God, my dice hate me today. 13.
13? That's high enough to find it because you do have help. Eldira
I wasn't doing with advantage.
Oh, that's right, because you have help.
Oh, that's 18 plus 22.
22. Eldira stops you and points. You see a small, jagged tooth in the ash. Ooh. It's maybe 3 inches long with some cracks in it. Give me a nature check as you examine it.
That's so
27.
Cool.
This is one of the teeth from Thordaks young.
I'm going to take that and I'm going to catalog that and, yeah. That's cool. Okay. Put that in. I'm going to try and do the alchemical test on it.
On the tooth?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand as you handle the chemicals.
My dice hate me less. 23.
Yeah, now give me a wisdom check with advantage because of the sleight of hand.
I rolled a natty 20 and a 1.
The classic.
Polar opposites.
Classic advantage roll.
Polar opposites. Wisdom 24.
24. You put together a chemical arrangement from the kit. You confirm that it is dragon made, like it's from dragon, because there's a bit of a reaction that the chemical gives whenever it comes in contact with certain magical entities. Okay. So it's definitely the tooth of a magical creature. Its shape and its reactions tell you that this is one of those rare finds. The destruction of Thordaks' lair left very few things behind other than the material wealth of the lair that was recovered after the fight with Thordak. But this is one of those rare 4-inch long jagged teeth of the wormlings that were hatched all those years ago.
Okay. I'm going to share that with the group. I found a tooth.
Fascinating.
I like it.
Definitely fascinating.
Perhaps we can fashion it into something or use it for something.
necklace.
Well,
Or a
let's see if
spell
Davrik
property.
wants it first.
I mean, if the blood of a dragon can do all of what Mavericks is
Keith might
promised,
be able to do
much-
something like that too. That'd be cool.
or something, yeah, something
I
around.
don't think I can keep it though. We'll see. We'll see.
Question
Okay.
is now, do you go further towards the center?
Anybody watching?
Does that
give me-
sign say
Give
I
me a
can't?
perception, Bludgeon, as you glance around to see if anyone else is as deep in the crater as the three of you are.
But that sign says I can't dig, doesn't it?
It does.
18.
18. You three are the only ones this deep into the crater because you are currently on the only cordoned path that allows you to go this deep into the crater. Everyone else is on the peripheral edge, either painting or doing other activities. It does not appear to, you do not appear to see anyone taking an interest in your current activity.
Okay. Well, why don't we go
Nobody's
further?
paying attention to us, but I still think we should dig. Although if we dig at night, is that going to be more suspicious? Can they see from up there if we're 2 feet, there's 2 feet of ash from everybody else, the knees down, but from my neck down, if there's 2 feet of ash, can they see what we're doing on the surface?
Yeah, because the crater
Yeah.
starts 10 feet high, and then it gradually declines until you're now approaching the center of the crater, which takes a significant 30-foot decline into its center. You get the feeling that anyone working in the center probably would not be visible by the edge.
Yeah.
Well, shall we?
Yeah. Let's do it.
The three of you begin to walk further down the graveled pathway, staying within the confines of the cordon. When you get to the edge of the drop, there are specifically built gravel stairs to make it easier for you to descend into the center of the crater. The first thing you notice when you enter into the center of the crater is a strange kind of silence. You can't really hear anything. You can't hear the busyness of the city. The construction work should be kind of audible right now, but there's nothing. It's dead silent. There's no breeze. There's no wind. There's no sense of any movement or activity around you as you're slowly descending down the gravel stairs. Everyone give me wisdom saves, if you would, please.
We're descending down into madness.
Never on a Tuesday. Not
12.
today, Satan. Not today.
Not today, Satan.
12
15.
for bludgeon.
15.
Lyra? 15?
7.
7.
I'm holding on to my lucky points. I'm not going to be using it for this stuff.
Eldera, as you're watching Lyra and Bludgeon slightly in front of you going down the stairs,
Oh, no.
you hear something. It reverberates up your feet and into your knees and up into your midsection, kind of making you a little bit nauseous, a little bit kind of vertigo setting in, and then you hear it again.
What is that?
That's terrifying.
Give me a nature check as you hear it.
That's terrifying. That's what it
Well, with another 5.
is. It really hurts my ears. Stop it.
6. It's a 6.
It's a 6. You're not sure what's causing it, but it sounds like a heartbeat.
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Yeah, Lyra and Bludgeon, you're not sure what she's talking about because you don't really hear. In fact, it's the lack of sound. Everything's quiet. There's no sound at all.
Oh, it's debilitating. Sounds like
Is
something's
it-
alive down here.
There's nothing alive down here.
Eldera, give me a con save, if you would, please.
Oh, come
She
on.
hears her own heart.
Oh gosh, it keeps bouncing off the other dice I have in here. That will be a 10.
A 10. You're on the verge of vomiting. Like it's there. Like your stomach is churning. You feel ill. You feel very kind of out of place. Every time you look around, you get a little bit dizzy. The sense of vertigo kicking in. This space
I
feels.
said there was going to be vertigo. Potentially. Gross.
For you, Eldera, it's now constant. Like it's this constant heartbeat that is just pounding and pounding and pounding. You get the feeling that the longer you stay down here, the worse it's going to be for you.
I'm sorry. I don't know how much more of this I can endure. I might need to rest before I venture forward with you all. Like I'm gonna
How
pass
close
out.
to the center are we?
Probably come down the gravel stairs. She's kind of now feeling ill and queasy. You've got maybe another 40 feet to get to the center.
40 feet to the center. Okay. Let's go back up a little bit. Let's go back up a little bit. See if it gets better for you.
The moment that you get to the top of the gravel stairs and out of the crater, it all fades. You could hear the activity. You could hear everything like normal again. No sound of the heartbeat. Your stomach settles. The vertigo disappears.
I feel a world of difference. Night and day. There's a presence down there.
I didn't feel anything. All right. Shall we try again?
Might be a little sensitive to this. When you tap into the supernatural, you tend to be a little bit more sensitive.
It kind of sounds like you're calling the rest of us a little, I don't know, dense.
Oh no! Oh dear, no, no.
Bludge is like, I'm okay with being a little bit dense.
Just saying, you're all a little more acclimated to pushing through, and I might be a little bit more susceptible to it. A weakness, sure.
I'm going to put my boot right on the gravel and see if anything happens.
You set your boot down on the first step of the gravel pit. You notice the slow absence of noise, a slight queasiness, but nothing beyond that. You got to take your foot off and back onto the edge of the crater, back before the final dip into the crater, and things kind of return back to normal.
Oh, interesting.
So
I relay that to everyone.
It's not like I want to cast Detect Magic, but I want to ritual cast it. I don't want to.
That's fine.
Waste
Take you 10 minutes as you go through the ritual magic process of bringing it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to do anything while she's doing that?
Yeah, it takes me 10 minutes.
I'm going to settle my senses so I can try again.
I'm just going to keep a lookout so that we don't get snuck up on.
Yeah, give me another perception check as you watch Lara go into her ritual cast. Eldera kind of trying to namaste herself back into order and organize her thoughts.
13.
Yeah.
Eating ginger? Is that what you said?
Your settle her stomach, yeah.
Yeah.
Eating little pieces of jerk. What'd you get, Bludgeon?
13.
You can't really see beyond the edge of the beginning of the walk that you guys came down, but looking at the horizon's edge of the crater, looking at the other wagons and people working, it's impossible for anyone to get close to you. The only way they'd be able to do that is if they were magically invisible. And you're not really sure how that would be taken here. You get the feeling that this crater might be protected by the ability for people to move in and out of it in an invisible fashion. This is in the Cloudtop district, so it's possible there could be other magics here at work. But you don't really see anyone that looks to be taking an interest. They're all still kind of going about their day.
Everyone's got their own axe to grind.
We've got the lantern that detects invisibility too, right?
We do, but we can only use it once a day. How long does it last? How long does it
Last,
last?
I believe the Lantern of Reveal, it's either 10 minutes or an hour. I forget.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we might not want to burn it up right now.
Lyra, as you finish
For a minute. It says a minute.
Oh yeah, a minute. Okay. At the end of your ritual cast, I think it's a 20-foot bubble of detect magic pops up around you. Everything here has a slight residue
30 feet.
30 feet has a slight residue of magic to it. It's
Okay.
more, the closer you get to the edge of the gravel stairs to take you down into the crater, it gets more intense. But there's no specific school of magic. It's just this like, well, outside of the main center of the crater, there's a slight detection of magic. The closer you get to the beginnings to walk down into the crater, the more intense the magical effect gets.
I wanted to see if, as we step into where you can't hear anything, if that detect magic changes.
So as you step into the graveled stairs and take a few steps down, you begin to realize that there is a very specific magic here. It is the equivalent of a silence spell, but it feels permanent and it feels powerful.
Okay. Permanent silence.
Would that prevent magic from happening if you have a verbal component?
It definitely would prevent magic from happening if you have a verbal component.
Do we hear ourselves? Or so we don't even hear ourselves?
Like you walk down and you turn to tell everyone what you detect, and they just see your mouth moving.
Oh.
Okay. Center.
Which begs the question, how do you get the scroll to work?
Ooh.
Talk loud.
What is... Okay, it's mold earth, right?
Well, scrolls all are automatically a verbal component because you have to be able to read the scroll.
Read it.
And the reading of, like, the only component needed for a scroll is verbal. You don't need any other component because the magic's all built into the scroll itself.
Do any of us know it? Because there's only a somatic component if we know the spell.
I don't. I'm
just
very
do
limited.
What level is it? It's a cantrip. Fuck.
I think it's an arcane cantrip, isn't it?
And what does mold earth do? I mean, it molds the earth, but you make a tunnel with it?
You could.
Choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range and that fits within a 5-foot cube. You manipulate it in one of the following ways. If you target an area of loose earth, you can instantly excavate it, move it along the ground, and deposit it up to 5 feet away. This movement doesn't have enough force to cause damage. You cause shapes, colors, or both to appear on the dirt or stone, spelling out words, creating images, or shaping patterns. The changes last for 1 hour. Or if the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you cause it to become difficult terrain. Alternatively, you can cause the ground to become normal terrain if it is already difficult terrain. This change lasts for 1 hour. If you cast a spell multiple times, the range is 30 feet.
And how far?
And we're 40 feet from the center?
Correct.
Oh, I hate that math.
So
If you
how
cast
are we
the spell
to...
multiple times, you can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time. How?
What if you flew
One
above?
action.
Maybe if somebody was flying and then cast it down, or is this silence like 10 feet above the ground?
Yeah, how far above the ground is it? Okay.
hard
I
to know.
want to test. Bludgeon. Step into the silent area.
I step on the gravel path.
Okay, you're now on the gravel stairs leading down. Yep.
I send my monkey's name is Sebastian. I send Sebastian. the monkey up to that.
You lost your audio.
Out.
Can you hear me now? Can you
Now
hear me
you
now?
can. Yeah, you got muffled there for a second.
It's
The
like
monkey on my back's name is Sebastian. So I send Sebastian over to Bludgeon.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Druidcraft. Is that a touch spell? No, that's not. Okay. Shit. I don't want. I need something that. Crap. My only one is Cure Wounds. That's my only touch spell.
Well, what are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to see if I can cast a spell through my familiar from here into the silent area.
Give me an Arcana check on that.
Okay. $21.
You would be able to do that under a normal magical silence, so you get the feeling it would work because you're outside of the effect.
Right.
The familiar takes on the successful effect of your spell cast. So when it
Okay.
channels through your familiar, silence doesn't matter.
Okay. I explained to the group, I think we can do it using familiars. We stand 40 feet away where we can talk, and then we cast it through our familiars onto the center. What do you guys think?
I say we should.
And what we're going to do is we're going to dig a tunnel down then, right? To see what's on the very bottom. Is that the intent?
Don't say that too loud.
Right. We don't want anybody to know.
But yes. We are trying to see if the area underneath is hollow.
And if it's still dirt, we take a sample of the very bottom and call it a day.
Hopefully there's a very pretty rock down there that he will take as a what did he say he wanted? Something extraordinary, interesting.
Well, he was assuming there's something under this caves or
Bring
something.
back something of interest to study. So we have to find something of interest down there to study so that we can get our other 50 gold each. So
And assumes our tunneling works.
assuming our tunneling works and assuming there's something down there other than ash. Yeah.
All right.
I'm dying to see how this plan plays out. Yes, your number one plan. Your number one plan.
It opens up a hole. Are we ready to go into that hole right now? We only have two
Do we have
shots.
all our stuff? Do we have all our stuff?
Well, we should take what's necessary. No, we didn't bring our stuff.
We forgot the
Right.
dwarf.
We kind of
Yeah, and
we
the
need the
dwarf
dwarf.
has gone back to make a meal.
Let's go back up. Let's not do this now.
Let's go
We
back.
only have 2 scrolls. 1 scroll to get in, 1 scroll to get out.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I hate my neighbors.
They're running the car stereos.
Yes.
Our neighbor is an audio, one of those audio shops where they do all the electrical and audio work for cars. At least once or twice a day, it's thump, thump, bump, bump. Just reminds me of my time in high school in the 80s. So you guys gather your things and head back up the long path, past the sign. Before long, you are back on the edge of the crater where you can see the Vardo off to the side, the other people kind of working as well. and kind of back where you were before.
Do we have shovels and picks
Let's have some food.
and food?
Yeah, it feels like lunchtime. I'm a
You
halfling
guys
after all.
hear the dwarf go, "Where the fuck have you been?" You notice the sun is low in the horizon. When you entered, it was afternoon. By the time you get back to the wagon, it's almost nighttime.
Oh, no wonder I'm starving.
It only felt like you
There's,
guys were gone for like an hour.
Does time
gotta
travel?
be a time dilation.
And Lyra, you've never ventured deeper within the scar in your.
No, I've only ever gone to the outskirts.
Well, this is something to take account for.
All right, I'm going to detail that in my notes to Dravorix
Okay.
because I'm gonna give him, an accounting of everything.
Well, go ahead, grab a seat. Food's ready.
Thank you. I'm starving.
You
Yes.
should be. You've been gone for hours. I went to a little further down the path. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the three of you at all. I assumed you'd walk towards the center of the crater, and that's where you were keeping yourselves busy.
It didn't feel like hours. It only felt like an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they say when you're busy, hard at work, it could feel like that. I'm sure you're just imagining it. It'll be fine.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Sure. Yeah.
Do you have any soup, perhaps?
I've made stew. I've got some sliced beef and cheese and vegetables and fruit as well. Brought the whole pantry.
I'll take the broth to start.
Aye, it's not much of a broth, but it's a stew. But yeah, here you go. And he takes his giant dwarven ladle and just goes plops a big thick stew into a wooden bowl and hands it off to you.
Delicious.
Is Eldira a vegetarian?
No, but
Okay.
she wants just broth to settle her stomach.
Oh, are you still? Is she still
Well,
queasy?
I mean, I would imagine that she's coming off of it, so
Yeah,
gotta be gentle with the system.
Yeah, there's still remnants of it there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, why would you get sick versus us? Only one person got sick.
Like I said,
Maybe
I
she had
feel-
some
Is
bad
it by-
clams.
Or by roll, or
Yeah, give me a medicine check if you'd like, Bludgeon. See if it figure out why that would matter.
Bad clams.
natural one.
Yeah, I mean,
Not a
Eldera just needs to do a better job of eating healthier.
Yeah.
maybe it was the spit pack that I made with the dwarf earlier.
Yeah.
Was kinda...
Did you lick your hands after doing that spit pact?
I was quite sure I washed them.
All right. How's the food?
Good.
Yay. Yummy. I am going to compliment I know his name.
It's so
Dariax. I'm going to compliment Dariax.
you're welcome. For the next 24 hours, you get advantage on your Constitution saves.
Oh, sweet. How do we write that in? Damn. Okay.
On a post-it note in front of you.
Yeah.
Your little leather-bound journal where you keep explicit notes.
Mm-hmm. On con saves.
He goes over, he lights a campfire. Other campfires are being lit by those that are staying over the night as well. You also notice at least 2 of the wagons disappear for the night as they kind of hustle away from the edge of the crater. All of you also notice that there is a light on inside of Dorn's Vardo.
I want to go knock on it.
Yeah.
Knock,
I'll
knock.
follow you out of curiosity.
Eldira, you're innately arcane. Give me an Arcana check, if you would, please.
I want to do some digital dice.
Your dice rocks are
don't roll better. They
are
don't
in
roll better.
rebellion.
Oh, it didn't roll any better. 7.
7?
They don't roll.
You at least know that light being on tells you that the magic of the Vardo is currently active.
Oh. I think they might have gone to visit their mansion.
Could they have been inside of it and they're coming out?
The magic is seeping out of it. We must go knock on the door.
No, does anybody?
Halfling curiosity. I really want to go knock on that door.
That's why there's not a lot of halflings in the world. In fact, you're a direct descendant of the great Tasselhoff Burrfoot, the last of the Kenderfolk.
So, yeah, I want to go knock.
You watch as Lyra crosses the edge of the cordon and takes a little, walks up towards the stairs where the stairs should be. You pull on the lanyard and the stairs unfold down, the wooden steps unfold down, and you kind of walk to the top of the steps and knock on the door.
I'm so glad you did that and I didn't, because Zia would have barked.
Oh, I know. No answer. No response.
Damn.
Can we peek in the window?
You watch as Bludgeon kind of circles around and gets on his tiptoes and looks inside the window. Give me a investigation check, Bludgeon, as you stare inside.
And then make a wisdom saving throw. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What'd you get?
8.
8? Man, you guys are struggling to get above that 10. It's too hard to see. The curtains on the inside are closed. There's a dim light coming from the inside. Other than that, you don't really see much else.
Damn. I don't think anyone's home.
I think someone's home. They just might be farther in the home than we would imagine.
I knock again. Hello, McFly.
No answer. No response.
Damn it. Okay.
Well, we should leave them to their night, and we should begin ours.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't look happy about it.
You guys retreat from Professor Doran's Vardo and head back over to your own campsite. Dariax is already, you can already hear him snoring in the other tent. He is out cold.
We should wake him up, since we are leaving right now, aren't we? Over the cover of night.
We could go in the cover of night. But if no one can see us in the crater or hear us, does it matter if we leave at night?
I wouldn't think so. Plus, at night, if we're digging holes, we have to find them remotely.
Yeah. We have lanterns. Those should still work. And we have torches. I don't know. You want to flip a coin?
This is high adventure. I think we go for it.
I could pull a card.
All right, let's pull a card.
Do we stay or do we go?
All right, that is a very
Do we
clear
stay?
question.
You go.
And she flips over her cards and pulls out the 8 of Wands reversed. Usually reversed means a negative, but in this sense, we are to expect delays, stagnation and setbacks. So perhaps we wait until the morning. Or
for breakfast.
our fate might change while we continue. That's what
So
the
if we
cards
go,
say.
our fate might change.
It might.
I don't like the sound of that. Well, assuming the change in fate is bad. Because that is an assumption.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't see us in the bottom of the crater, it really doesn't make a difference. Although there's less people out now. So if we go now, half those people went home. So there's less people now. Tomorrow there might be more people and they might be closer to the crater. So it might be safer if we go now. I'm very torn. Okay.
Why don't we wake the dwarf and see what he thinks? He might be able to settle the
tie
debate.
What are you awakening me for? Is it daytime already? Hold on. For fuck's sake. It's still nighttime. What are you doing? Why are you up? Shouldn't we be getting ready for a busy day's work tomorrow?
We've got digging to do.
Now, in the middle of the night?
When there's no people around.
Well, why does that matter? You guys are skulking about like bandits.
Well, they might not like us doing the digging where we're doing the digging.
Ah, that makes more sense. Difficult to do. Danger guaranteed. Let me get my shovel. He goes over, picks up his mace, puts it on his back, and grabs the shovel and starts leading the way down the path.
All right. We grab all of our stuff and head down too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys finally reach the sign. You catch the dwarf standing there reading the sign. Ah, I see what you mean. This is, And you say that if you go into the crater, you can't hear nothing.
Yep.
Precisely.
Interesting. Well, there's nothing to it but some good old-fashioned digging then.
Well, we have a plan for our spell to work.
Oh, you be casting spells in the middle of a dangerous crater that was formed by a massive red ancient dragon that nearly destroyed the world. Is that wise?
We could dig first and then cast the spell.
You didn't really answer the question, typical of a halfling. Did you just answer a question with a question? What is it about halfling folk that do that? Like I tell them, you're going to have to wait for dinner. And then they ask me, well, can't we just have dinner now? Like 9 o'clock in the morning. You've already had 4 breakfasts.
I mean, I don't see.
Fine. He takes his shovel off of his shoulder, strapping, and begins to walk down the gravel steps. At first, he's cussing in good old-fashioned dwarven as he enters the gravel steps downwards. But as he disappears over the first step, you immediately can't hear him anymore. You watch as he descends all the way to the very center of the crater, and he just starts digging.
Right.
Okay.
We'll follow
Let's
suit.
go join him.
Let's dig away.
As the 3 of you enter back into the space, Eldera, you are not overwhelmed by any sense of vertigo, no sense of that similar noise that you experienced.
Is it
silent
off during the day?
What's that?
Or is it off at night?
Seems
Sorry,
like
I'm
I've
just
acclimated.
Can we hear
Is
each
it
other?
like acclimating or?
Nope, cannot hear each other, unfortunately. You can see the dwarf digging, but you don't hear the sound of his digging.
Okay. We're gonna join and break some laws.
Okay. So for the next hour, you guys spend digging in the very center of the crater. Shovelfuls of dirt and ash. At the end of that hour, the dwarf has dug a 6 foot deep
by 10-foot wide hole.
That's
He
big.
finally gets through the ash layer at the
Mhm.
6-foot level, and you watch as his shovel bends and nearly shatters on the hard
Ooh.
rock beneath the ash.
Okay. All right. Now it's time for spells. I'm gonna mime, like hold on, and then I put my monkey down, and then I'm gonna head up out. I'm like, wait here.
So
Miming,
they're all
wait here.
waiting down in the crater. The marmoset will be on somebody's shoulder as you head
Yeah.
back up to the top of the crater,
Yeah.
and you're gonna read the first scroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Humana, 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 humana.
Give me an Arcana check while you are reading it.
17.
17. As you begin to read the scroll,
Mhm.
you watch as the arcane writing begins to flare off the paper. When
That
you
doesn't
realize
sound-
it is not a spell or cantrip mold earth.
That doesn't
You're
sound good.
reading the beginnings of an earthquake spell.
That really doesn't sound good.
Oops.
Now, because you're reading the beginnings of it, you could potentially stop reading it, but you'll have
I
to
stop?
you'll have to make a wisdom save or an intelligence save to stop reading it.
If I stop reading it, does it void the
It will because it takes up to a minute to read.
No, but does it use the scroll still? If I stop
They'll
reading
use if you stop reading it, the scroll will disintegrate.
Fuck. Do I know what the earthquake spell is?
With that Arcana check 17, absolutely.
Okay.
Very powerful spell.
How bad is that gonna be to the
Well,
the
people
town?
know we broke a crater.
Earthquake is a 8th level transmutation spell. You're reading in the direction of the center of the crater. So there's a 100-foot radius from the center of the crater that a series of fissures will expand and open up to anywhere from 10 to 100 feet deep and 10 feet wide. Any structures within that sphere of influence will take damage. A creature within a distance from a collapsing structure will take damage as well. Anyone in the affected area must make a dex saving throw or fall into the fissures, taking the equivalent of damage from the fall and becoming prone as well. It
It's
would be
100
quite
foot radius. Is there anything? How big is the scar?
Scar is almost a mile in diameter. It's quite a large area.
So 100 feet is going to still be in the scar.
Oh yeah, it's going to be in the very center of the crater. It's going to take up the majority of the center of the crater.
I'm not going to stop.
Okay.
You're going to read the whole scroll? You're going to read it?
You can't really tell us you're doing it.
I can't because you get thrown in the silence.
I mean, we could talk about it above table though. Like,
Okay,
I
guys,
mean,
should I
we
do it?
either.
Should I not do it?
I mean, we
All
could
hands
waste
say
this.
All hands say no.
Let's go.
This is,
I don't
go
like
for it.
the idea of wasting a spell scroll.
I don't either because we might not
So-
get another one from him.
Let's do it.
I mean, he knew. He
Make
knew
good
what it
characters.
was.
No.
He wanted us to do this.
Yes, you have to make that decision. We can't because
He lied to us,
We are
but
mute.
oh my god, this is terrible.
The fate of
I
the
mean,
world.
how much more damage than a dragon could this spell do? It's not going to make. I mean, the dragon did worse. We're not as bad as a dragon. We're continuing with the spell.
So, Larry, as you
Right.
continue to read the spell, consume
Yeah.
the energy, and the page at the end of the minute fades. Down in the center of the crater,
They
a
can't prove
kind
it to
of
me. They can't prove it was me.
from the focal point of your marmoset where you're casting the magic through, a very bright expansion of light, a slight tremor in the ground. Dariax immediately senses something's wrong, so he starts kind of stepping away from the marmoset. And for Dariax, Eldera, and Bludgeon down in the middle of the crater, you watch as a 10-foot diameter of earth falls away from the very center of the crater, and you're staring down into a pitch black opening. You cannot see beyond the edge of the blackness.
Did my marmoset fall?
No, the earthquake effect did not happen. It simply created a 10-foot round
Right, you said 10
vacancy.
feet fell. Did my marmoset fall when the 10 feet fell?
No, because the marmoset was staring at the center of the crater.
Okay.
So, no, there's a 10-foot cavity, just this
Okay.
10-foot
Right.
diameter void where the marmoset was focused on. Had it been a real earthquake spell from that focal point and up to a 100-foot radius away, all that would have happened. But instead, a 10-foot cavity opened up, and it's an inky, dark blackness that cannot be seen through.
I'm heading down into the cavern.
Okay.
Or
You can hear your footprints. You guys can hear your breathing. You can hear the dwarf
Silence.
cussing as he's pointing over at the cavity in the center of the crater.
I whistle for Sebastian to come join me back on my shoulder, and
Goes skittering
Shadowclaw
across the
follows.
ground, right up your leg, and
yep. And I'm gonna try touching the darkness.
Well, this is what we came here for.
It is.
As you reach your hand towards it, give me a strength save, if you would, please.
I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. Oh, but that's okay.
Unhappily.
This is where her life ends.
19.
The hand and arm turn into putty, and they become elastic, almost as if you're being hyperextended and pulled into this like inky darkness. You feel this gravitational pull as you're about to be pulled in, and at the last minute you gotta pull it out, and your arm and everything's fine and normal. Take half of 12 points of force damage.
Oof.
Out.
Seems though we should commit to.
The dwarf comes running over quickly, lays his hands on your arm. and gives you-
I'm only missing 2. So
Oh, okay, good. I don't need to waste a spell then. You're okay.
Yep.
Might I make a suggestion next time? He watches, he reaches it. Well, no, but he reaches into his pocket, pulls out a gold coin, flips the coin over the cavity, the empty space over the cavity. You guys watch as the coin just floats there. Just kind of twisting and buffeting, floating there. The gravity well. This is what's that magic? Similar to chronomergy, I think it's called, where they can displace gravitational forces, they can displace the effect of time. This is old elven magic.
So if we try and jump in the hole, we're just gonna float there?
No, I think the coin's floating there because it's an inanimate object of metal. I
Oh.
think if you're organic or if you're flesh and you jump in, it tries to pull you down into something.
Well, this is what we're here for. Let's go
So we were here to read the spell, and we could just go.
and find something interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd say gravity well in the middle of an old crater that used to be soundproof. That's pretty fucking interesting, don't you think?
Yeah,
You
it's
wanted us
something
to
that we
bring something
can't
back to
bring some.
study.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't going in there. If you're going in there, you daft buggers go in yourself. I'll stay out here in case something goes wrong.
It's true. The gravity well, I mean, from my recollection, it like pulls you down and like squishes you down on the bottom.
Mm.
I'm going to throw a lit torch in there.
You watch as Bludgeon grabs the torch, sparks some flint and steel. The head of the torch blossoms into flame, and then he just kind of casually tosses it over. Flame is considered animated, so you watch as the torch is sucked right into the gravity well and then lost to the darkness.
We can't see it.
Cannot see it.
That's deep.
Did it, once it went into the darkness, did it disappear then, or did it, and we saw it for a time and then it went away?
The moment that it came in contact with the inky darkness, it
Mhm.
immediately vanished.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It might not be deep. It could be, like a foot deep. It's the darkness.
Do we hear anything hit the ground?
Not a sound.
With this
I want to
new
fireball the
ability,
darkness.
with this new ability that I gained, Spiritual Awakening,
Mhm.
would I have any inkling as to if I could travel up to a mile into this?
Never know till you try.
You go first.
All right.
Well,
I'm going to sit there. I'm going
cross
to
your consciousness into it.
meditate. And I'm going to pull a card, and it is going to be the 10 of Swords upright. And she's going to just start meditating, like crossing her legs and just thinking.
Oh.
And what
okay.
does, and
I'll
what
be
does,
right back.
and what does the Ten of Swords mean?
Upright, it means painful endings, betrayal, and a crisis at rock bottom.
A crisis at rock bottom. I don't think we should go down there.
Well, she just tells you the card that she pulled. It's up to her
Yeah.
to determine if she tells you what it means.
That is true.
You guys watch as Eldera goes into her crisscross applesauce on the ground. Her eyes roll up into the back of her head. Her eyelids close. There's a meditative sense about her. Dariak stares at her cautiously, but kind of keeps an eye out. And Eldera, just like before, your mind and your spirit entity pulse out of your physical body. Your physical body drifts over towards the gravity well, and you find no pull, no sense of exertion placed on you. It feels like you could just simply fall into the gravity well.
I let myself fall into it.
As your spiritual wellness plummets into the inky well, give me an Arcana check as this happens.
Oh, I will use a lucky if it's bad.
Okay.
I'm going to use a lucky.
Go for it.
It's not even better. So that was a 10.
10. You're not sure how or why, but as you shift through the gravity well, it's as if you're coming in contact with multiple planes of existence at once. And as you push through this effect, you find your awareness inside an empty cavern. But you have no idea how long you fell for. You have no idea what you passed through. Just this sense of pushing through multi-spaces of planes, and your consciousness is now inside a very large, empty cavern. And it seems to spread off in many different directions. There is a ceiling above you, but there's also a very small, dim, black circular pattern of the inky well, but it's very small. And this feels like a physical place. This feels like there could be something down here. Give me perception as you glance in all the available directions around you.
Oh my gosh. 8.
Hard to tell. You get the feeling you may have to pick a direction to move in to get a better view.
Okay. How many directions are there? I might just roll a dice.
North, east, west, and south. Yeah, there's plenty of places to go to.
So I'll go to the east.
As you wander off in the direction of the east of this blank cavern, there is the partial remains of a building, a stone building. Its wall is collapsed on its side. Its superstructure framework of the stone is tilted and kind of leaning up against cavern rock. It's ancient, whatever it is. It feels old. Give me an investigation check as you examine this building and the structure.
That's 11.
11. It's a tower of sorts. It's an old tower that's collapsed in on itself. Hard to tell for sure. It doesn't feel like it's Emon. It doesn't feel like it was made within the confines of the city of Emon. And the condition of the tower feels older than maybe 200 years. It doesn't fit with the space that you came from.
All right.
Do you wander deeper?
I wander deeper.
You continue to wander deeper into this eastern side of the cavern. And then you suddenly come to a stop. You can see at least a dozen more inky, dark wells all around you. More displacements, more fractures, more places that you could potentially pass through. And at the source of each one of those, like, dark wells of blackness, you can see the rotted and petrified remains of dragon wormlings.
Okay. I will come back and have a lot to say.
You feel the awakening begin to fade. You feel yourself pass up through the inky well of gravity, energy, and back into your physical self.
While she was gone, could I do a short rest? Is there a long enough time?
Oh, there's plenty of time for a short rest because she was gone for an hour.
Oh, wow. That's
Oh.
longer
So
than
it felt like 10 minutes for you, Eldira, but when you come back,
Oh.
the three of them would express you were gone for an hour.
Cool.
Oh man, that would have been a little jarring to see Eldira just kind of like
There's even that pearlescent, sticky drool coming out of the corner of your mouth from like that intense meditative state.
Yeah.
Cool.
What do you mean I've been gone an hour? It's only been a few 10, 15 minutes at the most.
No, it's been an hour. I mean, if we go up there, it's probably daylight now. So,
Well,
although it could be days because the spell could have changed. I don't know. Magic is weird. Are we jumping?
there is something down there.
But is the
Moved
getting there
into the
going to
realm.
kill us?
I don't believe so. It was a physical place, and though I don't know how long I fell. And it's the whole place. It's large. It's empty, but it spreads into all different directions. Place
And-
feels like a physical place.
I mean, you were able to
There-
come back. Did it look? I mean, was there a return? You know, can we get back?
Is this a literal
like a
hole
door?
held down?
Did I descend into like a hole, or was it just like I was warped into?
It's like you passed through some strange kind of dark force, like a dark field of planar energy, and you ended up inside the interior of a massive cavern. But the height of the cavern seemed beyond the scope of what you passed through.
If we go, I don't believe there will be a direct path back.
Okay.
In fact, there will be many paths.
How do we get back? I mean, hopefully the same, well, the other scroll will work for getting back? Maybe?
I think
Hopefully.
if we plan on going, we plan on a long journey.
Yeah.
And there are
Agreed.
wormlings, petrified wormlings, dozens of them.
You had mentioned well holes. So in this cavern, there are additional holes on the floor that you go through, or what was meant by that?
There was dozens of inky, dark wells, and just more displacements, more fractures. I believe, if anything, when Thordak decided to open up into this plane, he also had intentions of opening up into other places. His assault was going to be vast. That is my assumption.
He may have already opened up into all of those other places, and we were just the latest one.
We would be tracking him down.
He's dead. That's what this crater is. Hopefully, I was gonna say, hopefully there's something to eat down there, but yeah, I can make good berries. So
Yo, Daft, aren't you hearing what she says? You may go down in there, but you may not come back out.
But we may come out to someplace else.
Or sometime else, somewhere else. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no guarantee where those other gateways take us to.
True.
That is true.
I will say this, the card that I pulled, the Ten of Swords, its core meaning is painful endings, betrayal, and crisis. But it's also associated with opportunity for renewal.
Yeah, that's the one thing I love about tarot cards. Well, on one hand, they say something vicious. They say something that's equally enlightening at the same time. No offense.
None taken.
But in terms of Professor Dorn, do you think we have discovered what his first theory might need?
You watch as Darax goes over, lays a heavy hand on Bludgeon. Bludgeon, that may be the smartest thing that you said all night. I say we do it. I say we go back to the professor, tell him everything that we've discovered, and go from there. This feels like powerful magic, leftover magic from that evil dragon that was here. I think we've done Professor Dorn's dirty work for him. In case there was a nefarious side effect, I can assure you we would bear the brunt of the repercussion. But instead, we get to report that the gravity well was opened, the effects of the scroll were successful, and let's get paid.
And sampling. Get lots of samples.
We could do that, but we can also have opened up something that we are giving into the wrong hands. Or somebody else might claim its
Professor
prize.
Dorn used the wrong. Okay, so.
Well, you did say that he lied about the scroll, right? He said that was supposed to be a mold earth scroll.
Yes. If he intends to lie to us, then I think we should find out what's down there. And if we find something that he is after, well, we can determine what the cost is of handing it over.
Or not hand it over.
Or not.
Maybe he knew it was very dangerous and kind of conned us into it.
Maybe he knew it was very dangerous, and there was something in there that he wishes to reclaim, and perhaps we might have brought more harm to Emon than we realize. I say, we find out what it is before he does. Those are my thoughts.
Okay. I am all for jumping into the well. Who else?
I put my arm around the dwarf. Are you with us there, lad?
I don't think he is.
Look,
We're gonna die.
somebody give me a persuasion check. See if he'll join you in the jump.
Persuasion.
Our bet is not settled until we actually go and discover if I was correct.
16.
Yeah. 16?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I owe you this much at least. You did save my ass back in the warehouse. But I certainly hope you know what you're getting us into.
I hope we do too.
So we do all hands. Just jump over the edge at once.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Just see anything.
I am going to grab onto Shadow Pelt. And yeah,
Let's go.
I'm going to tighten up my gear.
once more into the breach.
As the four of you line the edge of this well
my
of
God, we're gonna
darkness,
die.
you all leap into it. And as you leap into it, holding hands, you're now floating above it, about 10 feet above the inky well. At first, there's a sense that you're slowly being pulled in, and then all of a sudden, you're pulled directly into the inky well of darkness. But instead of passing through it, you're in a pitch black state. You're still floating. At first being pulled in, but now you stop and now you're floating. You are in a space that is filled with unending strange light and energy all around you.
Oh, we're being tested to see if we're found worthy.
I mean, you can make an Arcana check if you want, or a Nature check.
I'll do it. Just to try to get my dice to roll better. 4.
4.
I'm better at nature. 26.
26. Bludgeon, anything you want to try?
What is it, a nature check?
Nature
Or
or
Arcana.
Arcana. Either one.
Change some. I'm gonna roll it a couple
Oh.
of times.
What'd you get?
12.
12. There's something very unnatural about where you are, Lyra. You immediately recognize the space for what it is because you've studied it before. You are currently in the ethereal plane.
Ooh.
Okay. We are in
And
the
as the four of you are floating in the ethereal plane, you can see tendrils of energy and light shooting by. You can see strands of silver filament light going off in many different directions. Probably a little bit more importantly, you could see the silhouette of some creature off in the distance. It's far enough away to tell you, Lyra, that because you can see it being so far away, it is huge and it is coming towards the four of you.
Oh. How fun.
Run away.
Is there a continuation of the darkness, like a door or
You look
something
up.
where we're
You look down, you look around, there is nothing
great?
at all.
Can
We're
we?
in the ethereal plane. We're stuck. Can we swim?
You can, yeah, you could kind of, you can move the equivalent to your intelligence. So whatever your intelligence is the number of feet you can move per second.
All right.
And whatever's coming towards you is getting bigger and it's moving faster.
Very fast. Very fast. It's great. That's great.
Fun.
Is there something we can hide behind?
You look around, you don't see any physical objects, you don't see anything. Everyone feel free to give me perception checks as you kind of like frantically look around. Dariax is like, I mean, he's not super intelligent, so he's only able to move 10 feet at a time. So he's just like, he's kind of pushing against, he's wise, but not intelligent. He's kind of pushing and he's very, I know it. This is daft. We're going to die and whatever that is getting close. Oh, that's fun. It's big. Oh, we're fucked. We're fucked. And he's not swimming very good. So he's kind of like cantering and pivoting as he's very awkward in the space.
I am going to try. I don't know.
What was your roll?
I'm gonna
Perception.
try and hide this. Perception.
Okay.
Yep. Give me a perception roll.
At level 2, we've stepped in it.
Right? Yeah, my perception's terrible.
What'd you
I
get?
got a 7.
7. What'd you get, Eldera?
5.
5. Bludgeon, what'd you get?
5.
5.
We're all panicking. We're not thinking clearly.
I'm gonna hold an action to blast this thing with Eldritch Blast, which also will probably
Kill us?
propel me as well because I have
It's force.
Repelling.
So yeah.
yeah.
you guys-
I'm gonna try and use a combination of Druidcraft cantrip and Elementalism cantrip, and try and like craft cover for us.
I am just preparing to
Is
if
there
this thing is threatening and it's going to like if I feel like it's gonna attack us, I'm gonna shoot a Eldritch Blast at it. And
Okay. So you've held your action. What are you
Yeah.
doing, Bludgeon?
Heavy crossbow, loaded, ready to go.
Yeah. Dariax kind of pulls out his mace. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's getting bigger. As the four of you kind of like floating, trying best to kind of like support each other, hands on shoulders to kind of steady each other. You watch as this creature gets closer and closer and closer. It's almost like the size of a blue whale. It's like 200 feet long as it begins to course by you. It has multiple flippers down the side of its physical structure. You could see a jettison of energy kind of puff out the top of its head. You could see that it has a string of eyes from the grin of its mouth down up into the top of its head. And as it pivots and turns with its belly up, like it's coming underneath you, around you, you could feel this strange energy kind of like permeating off of it. And you feel yourselves kind of get buffeted by the energy that it's disturbing and distressing. Suddenly, Eldera, you're hit in the head by a gold cup. Lyra, you suddenly see a small amount of coin kind of float by in front of you. And then Bludgeon and Dariax see that and they look and look up. You see as a human hand reaches through something as if it's looking, trying to find something. And you can hear tavern music. You could hear people laughing. You could hear voices that were just... You reach out and grab the hand.
Yeah.
where are you going?
You guys watch as Lyra
We can get out.
Bludgeon
We can get
reach
out.
for the hand, and like as you reach for the hand suddenly just jerks back like and something closes above, and then all the items that you saw disappear.
Oh, that was a bag of holding.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Big creature sails around you, suddenly dips down, lets off this jettison of energy that floats around you and kind of like a glittery pattern. Its huge, like triple layered tail flourishes and then takes off in a different direction.
Could we grab onto the giant whale at all as it was floating around us?
You could certainly try. It'd be a strength check.
I'm shit at that. So you guys want to try and grab onto the whale as it's floating around us? You guys want to try and grab onto the whale, or do we want to continue floating?
Let's all grab on and go for a ride.
Did it feel like the bag of holding energy was kind of around the whale?
I got
No.
a 12.
Okay.
No, in fact, at that moment, most common knowledge of the magic associated with bags of holding is that displacement of space is usually referred to as a fey pocket.
Mm-hmm.
The creature that went by you doesn't feel appropriate for the ethereal plane. feels like something you might see in the astral sea.
Mm,
But yet
Right.
the space that you're in is the ethereal plane. You are passing through combined planes of existence right now. You get the
Yeah,
feeling at any
sleep
moment you
and
may come out
chaos.
the other end.
Okay. Were we able to grab any of the stuff that, was like flinging by us?
Mm-mm.
Damn.
Because you're not in possession of the bag.
So?
And you're in between planes of dimension.
Smacked us in the head. It smacked us in the head.
Yeah,
We should be
it
able to
did.
grab it, steal it from them. Okay, never mind. Not stealing. Okay, well,
And
want
the
my
bottom
arms
comes out. The bottom
Don't-
comes out from all four of you, and all four of you are now inside of a cavern.
All right.
That was very strange. Look around.
Any flying whales?
Hopefully
No
not.
sign of anything. It is pitch black. The only reason you know you're in here is because Dariax can see in the dark. If anyone else can see in the dark, you'll notice it as well.
Think
But it
The torch
is
that we
My torch. Is my torch anywhere?
no sign of it.
Dariax, I believe I'm owed some coin.
Yeah. Daft woman, I'll get it to you in a minute.
I do have.
I'd like to know how the fuck we're gonna get out of here.
fuck.
Now, what was
look
that?
up. I look up. Is there any? Where we fell from? Any indication of where we fell from?
Darkness. Your maximum vision tells you that there might be a ceiling to the cavern, but it's hard to tell.
You want to see if we can go back? Like jump up?
I'm gonna try and jump.
Think about it.
Well, we just got here. Why don't we look around?
Okay.
There's a spark. You watch as Dravorak casts a spell on his mace, and there's a 90-foot radius of light all around you.
Oh yeah, that's good. I don't have light. Hey, can Druidcraft make light?
You guys are inside a catacomb of caves, cavern roofs, stalactites, stalagmites all around you. This does not look familiar to you, Eldera. This is not where you were before. This feels different.
Well, this is definitely something different.
This isn't where you were before?
It's not.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Any
According
sign-
to your card, it's probably bad.
Go ahead, Bludgeon.
Sorry. Is there any sign of a path or obvious way to walk?
There are what feel like ways to move around in the cavern, but they don't feel like obvious pathways. They just feel like just empty kind of spaces that you could move through that conveniently line up as pathways. You don't really see any sign of any footprints, but there are claw marks.
Great. Do they look old or do they look new? Recent claw marks.
Dragon?
Give me survival or nature, Lyra.
13.
Hard to tell if they're old or new. They are spread out and wide as if something very heavy and kind of flat moving across the space.
Like as big as Thordak or
No,
different?
definitely not that big.
Okay.
These would be familiar to you because you know the creature. They look to be basilisk tracks.
Those look like basilisk tracks. Basilisk tracks, guys. That's great. There's a basilisk.
The
well.
bas-
There's a basilisk.
Does this turn you to stone?
Yes,
Yes.
basilisks turn you to stone.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I guess we should keep our eyes,
Closed?
perhaps. Shoot, I don't think I have like a mirror or anything.
Is it when it looks at you, it Medusa-like turns you to stone, or when
Yeah.
it bites you?
Mm-hmm.
It's petrifying gaze.
Do we have anything that reflects it?
I have a small knife.
I don't think it's automatic. I think it's an attack that it has to do.
Yeah, but we can maybe role play it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my dagger and kind of just, well, perhaps we might be able to look at reflection as we search around here.
All right. Let's try and not die.
With
Right.
his sword, flash it around.
Okay.
We're gonna. Is there a cave opening, or a tunnel? Continuation tunnel. How many tunnels?
Yeah, there are multiple exits and entrances. Whatever's down here seems to have made most of them. You could tell that large, small, and other creatures have made some of these access points. You could see striation markings at something even bigger than the idea of a basilisk has been through here. These feel like ancient and old kind of caverns and like just these unending tunnels that go off in many different directions.
Oh my.
We're gonna die. Okay. We want to try and find something to study. Basilisk head would be something to study.
Any scales
And-
or anything that
Yeah.
Give me investigation as you look around the space. Now that there's light.
7.
7. No sign of any scales, just the telltale signs of rubble and gravel and rock that's been broken away from the sides of the cavern. Every now and then you find what appears to be bones and remains of like cavern dwelling creatures that would be typically found in places like this, which tells you you're still on the material plane. You're finding evidence and you're finding things that tell you that you're on the material plane at this point.
Oh.
Okay. Hopefully we're not too far from home. Let's head towards one of the exits.
Yeah.
How many exits are there?
Dozens.
Great.
Yeah, let's pick
Which
one.
one's the biggest, or which one
Hmm.
feels like there's fresh air coming from it?
I mean, the air down here is definitely very stagnant. No sense
Mhm.
that that's going to help you. I will say the dwarf, being a dwarf, he will point to the right, and there's one particular tunnel that's larger than the rest,
Okay.
the most worn, and appears to be the most traveled.
It's probably the one we're gonna find the basilisk down. This is great. Okay,
Cool.
let's go.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
As you guys traverse this larger tunnel for what feels like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, suddenly you open up into another large cavern. This cavern you recognize, Hildira. This was the cavern that your
Oh.
mind had moved through.
Okay.
You can see the corpses and petrified remains of the red dragon wormlings, and floating slightly above each one, you can see these much smaller and condensed versions of those inky dark wells.
Hmm.
Do
This
the
is
wells
the-
look exactly like the ones that we just jumped through?
No, they look a little different. You get close enough to be able to peer into the darkness, and you can actually see into the interior of these wells. The first one seems to show this grand spectacle of cloudscape. A flight of Aarakocrans kind of zip by the well. You can see a grand city in the clouds, and you can see Aarakocrans kind of moving between the different cloudscapes. You peer into another inky well, and it is an unending kind of vision of volcanic magma and fire, and off in the distance you
Plane of fire.
possibly
Okay.
you see another one that seems to be this unending seascape and waterscape that seems to go on and on. It feels like each one of these inky wells represents maybe another location in a plane of existence, multiple planes of existence. These all feel like little miniaturized gateways.
Were they the elemental gateways? I mean, you have water and air at one.
Potentially, yeah.
Earth, air, fire, water.
More than that, others. There's some that look like they might lead to the plane of celestial. There's some that look like the most familiar one that you notice looks to be something that would allow you to enter the gates of avarice. There's of Avernus. There's like other gateways that look like they go to other cities and other. You begin to realize that maybe what was happening here is that these wormlings were trying to escape, and they died mid-escape, but the gates never closed.
Do any look like home?
Give me investigation as you begin to inspect all of them and see if you can find one that might lead back home.
15.
15? There is one gateway. It has a familiar coastal breeze. There's there's some ships in a dock. There's a city landscape in the background. I mean, it could be this one.
Does the city look like Emon?
Kind of. Hard to tell for sure, but kind of looks like it.
What's different about it?
It's colder. It's the wind that's echoing out of it feels unsettled. Something about the landscape of the city doesn't quite feel right.
Is the scar there?
It's not that kind of view. It's almost as if you're 1,000 feet in the air over the cityscape.
Right. Wouldn't you still be able to see the scar if you were 1,000 feet up in the air?
You're having a hard time identifying the city.
So it doesn't feel like Emon, but it smells like home.
Kind of.
Emon at a different point in time.
I mean, do we want to pick a random place, or might we investigate more into this cavern?
Yeah, let's investigate more into the cavern.
Let's do it.
You guys gather up your kit and move away from this particular part of the cavern. You eventually find yourself in the...
We're gonna leave a marker on this cavern so that we portal so that we know which one it is.
Possible.
Dariax gets out a big piece of chalk and writes on the ground next to the petrified wormling, possible way back home so that I can drink until I don't wake up. Okay, this one right here with the big arrow.
We want you to wake up. Drinking until
I don't mind sleeping for a week if it means it doesn't matter. It's just dwarven dark humor. Don't worry about it. We always wake up.
Okay.
It's now very echoey.
It wasn't echoey before?
No, it was big, but not nearly as big as the cavern you're in now. It's like he holds up his mace to let the light spell kind of casts up as far as it can. And there, at some point, there's something strange about the surface of this cavern. First, you notice a rib cage within a rib. a neck bone. You begin to realize that you're wandering inside the remains of Thordak.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh.
This is fascinating.
Hey, is there a head there?
Is there any part of the bones and stuff that would be good to like take home?
Bludgeon, as
Interesting.
everyone's kind of
Have
like inspecting things, you immediately wonder where the head might be. And as you look up further down the cavern pathway, you can see the remains of a long serpentine neck bone and a very large dragon head that's kind of half buried in rock and ash, kind of hanging down and away from the ceiling of the cavern. It's massive. Thordak's head has always been described as this, massive 100-foot, serpentine head that could swallow half an army or display metric tons of fire. This is a massive entity, massive creature, but it's only bones, nothing else. All semi-fossilized and half buried into the ash and rock, almost as if some effort was made. You suspect maybe he too tried to escape through some kind of dimensional gate or door or some powerful spell that he kept tucked away in his mind, and it clearly failed. He died and rotted in this space, along with at least a dozen other of his wormlings that never made it as well.
The wormlings, were they his babies or
They were his
followers?
They were his hatchlings that were magically imbued with the plane of fire, the material plane, and his attempted to ascend as a god. His power and his failings was the disruption of the ceremony that he was in the midst of doing. And with that disruption in the ceremony, the crater collapsed in on itself, and Thordak's remains were never found. Some of the wormling remains were found because they died prior to the collapse of the ceremony. But you guys are probably the first people to see his physical remains since the Clovis Conclave was defeated now some 30, 40 years ago.
What part of Thordak could we bring back that would be like
A tooth. Let's get a tooth.
No. Was there like a red gem that wasn't recovered on his chest?
No, because that was never reestablished for his imprisonment. The red gem was what tethered the chain and tethered him to the plane of fire. He had corrupted that magic and undid that magic. Vox Machina was forced to try to destroy Thordak as they were not able to return him to the plane of fire.
Okay. Is there some part of Thordak that we could bring back that would like say, hey, this was Thordak, like some definite piece that of him?
Dariax kind of sees that look on your face and he goes, now look, lass, is it really wise to bring back a fragment of a creature so powerful, so vindictive, and so deadly that if someone were to get their hands on that fragment, could they not use it for nefarious purposes?
Do you think someone would try and bring him back?
Curses.
I don't think someone would try. I think the professor that's lied to us is up to something of, shall we say, of a difference of opinion about this. After all, he didn't tell you what the scroll was. And after all, he specifically requested that you bring back something of interest. Didn't say a rock, a coin, or a remnant of anything. He simply, gave the notion of a halfling the ability to, the natural curiosity tends to get the better of them.
That's true. Are there any scales left, or are they all rotted? Are they gone?
No, you get the feeling that whatever destroyed Thordak, like, vaporized everything.
His flesh? Okay.
Yeah, you get the feeling that his desiccated and petrified remains were a side effect of the failed spell that he tried to cast.
Did he have any rings on his hands or tail? Magic rings on his hands or tail that might have made it.
I mean, you could certainly try to investigate, see if you notice anything.
I want to try and look.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
$22.
22. There, you and Bludgeon kind of follow one of the kind of wing-boned areas that would be an appendage-like arm, which is massive. I mean, it's 200, 300 feet long and kind of petrified into the cavern walls. You could see a petrified, bony hand that would be described as like a 30-foot displacement of bone, like in the cavern itself. If he was wearing anything, there's no sign of it.
Okay. Damn.
And nothing laying about the ground.
No, the ground everywhere here is like perfectly smooth, with the exception of the occasional track of a basilisk or other kind of cave dweller that would have been down in here.
Are basilisks attracted to shiny things?
Basilisks, with your natural inclination about them, they are ambush predators. They are opportunists. Yep. They use their petrifying gaze to stun their opponent and then consume them as quickly as possible.
Right. But do they like shiny things? Like, do they?
Not necessarily. They like to eat well.
Okay. All right. So if there was something shiny, the basilisk is not likely to have grabbed it and taken it.
Basilisks, though, are coveted for harvesting their remains. There are multiple things from a basilisk that can be very helpful for both magic users, wizards, sorcerers, warlocks, and other spellcasters. If you're an alchemist or an herbologist, the recovery of an intact basilisk eye is considered very valuable. They also have venomous bites. They can cause poison. So the poison secretions, their skin is very tough, very hardened, often used as a means to enchant powerful armors. You get the feeling that when Thordak displaced all of this, multiple planes of existence came together. He fell through them, but the spell closed in around him and just completely disintegrated his organic remains, and then flash petrified him into the workings of an already existing cave system. In fact, you feel like you might be significantly deep underground of the cloud top. These feel like old caverns that have eroded with the time of ice, water.
Does it feel really warm down here?
It does feel really warm and humid. That's what basilisks like.
Okay. Yeah, we're probably very deep underground then. Okay. Do we want to try and find the basilisk, or do we want to try and get out? Do you think a basilisk will kill us where we are right now?
I don't think we should go hunting for it. It's going to hunt us anyways. Let's look around and see if there's anything else.
Let's go look at the chalk mark and see if the picture has changed. Like time is moving quickly or in reverse, or see how
chalk mark. Okay.
You guys kind of gather yourselves. You follow the pathway back towards where the gateways are. They are all now closed and gone.
Great.
We're stuck here.
You get the feeling that was the tail end of the effect of the scroll that you read.
Oh, and we have a second one, so it might open up the...
You get the feeling that any creature that attempted to open up that gateway left a little residual magic behind in the effort and the attempt. there's a possibility if you read the second one, it may reopen a gateway back to get you back above. That might be why he said he gave you 2 of them.
Yeah, we had
It's almost as if like Dariax is looking at all of you like, why do I feel like a lab rat inside of a cage?
The professor's testing us.
Professor's testing a theory. He's not testing us.
Yes, I think the professor is afraid that if he had done this, it would get him killed. The dead cost nothing. And if we don't show up, he can assume his little laboratory experiment failed.
Great.
So now how do we get the fuck out of here? I'm a little resident of
We have a
reading-
second scroll.
I know, but once again, this professor concerns me.
So,
Throwing so much caution to the wind, having his own agenda.
Everybody's got their own agenda.
Yeah, my agenda is to go home and have a drink and put my fat ass in my bed where I belong. Not
That's
be
a
in the
good
belly
agenda.
of a basilisk.
I don't want to be in the belly of a basilisk either. Okay. Well, let's continue investigating the cave.
Drive on.
Tally ho.
As you guys begin to investigate the cave,
We are going very cautiously and keeping an eye out for the basilisk.
you end up in a section of the cave with multiple twists and turns in it. It's darker down here. Dariax has to recast light on his weapon. It broadcasts out. All of you can hear footsteps. The heavy crunching of gravel.
Like
You can
basilisk?
hear the under hiss of a low hissing noise. As you guys round the corner of this one tunnel that you're going down, you see 2 basilisks staring at you as you're staring at them.
How big are they?
I don't know, because that's where we're going to finish tonight.
Oh!
You had to go looking for a basilisk.
I wasn't
Not
looking
just-
for the basilisk. I was looking
Not
for
just
treasure.
1, 2.
Luckily, they're categorized as lesser basilisks, at least.
That's good because they're only level 2.
Are we all good for next Tuesday? Everyone's schedule look good for next week?
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
You too. Cheers.
A shadow stirs on the mountain high. Whispers dance where the eagles fly. The